prior to the lesson. I did try to play it just now, but I think there was some technical issue as far as if you could hear. So hopefully you did take a look at that video before you came on. Those of you joining, please again mute your devices so that everybody can hear clearly. As soon as I figure out how to. All right, so we're recording. All right. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start the presentation. Can everybody wait before I do that? Because I do have everybody on mute, I want to still be able to interact with everybody. So if I ask a question, please thumbs up for yes or thumbs down for no. Okay? Does everybody understand that? Thank you. Thank you, Leslie. Thank you, Mariani. So thumbs up if you understand, thumbs down if you don't understand. Got it. All right. So let's go ahead and start our lesson for today. Thank you all for joining. Go ahead and mute your devices as you are logging on. So today's lesson is really introductory to partitioning or division. We did have a couple of assignments already pre-programmed into the lesson plan. But if you haven't gotten a chance to get to those or you were a little confused, this is more of a review for you. For those who already understand, it's a review. For those who are just now getting to it, it's going to be an introductory. So it's not going to be a whole lot, but I do want to kind of keep this simple and have still everybody able to interact. Okay. So the standard that we're going to be specifically talking about today deals with partitioning, and partition is just another word for divide or division. So this is preparing you guys for fractions and multiplication and division when you get to 3rd and 4th and 5th grades, okay? So the standard tells us partition, you want to be able to partition circles and rectangles into 2 or 4 equal shares, describe shares using words like half, fourths, or quarters, and use the phrases half of, fourth of, or quarter of. Describe the whole as 2 or 4 of the shares and understand these examples by decomposing. And we all remember what decomposing means. It means breaking the number apart or breaking the whole number apart into more equal shares and create smaller shares. So today we're going to focus on just basic partitioning, and then we will incorporate how to divide circles and rectangles, and then we will move on into a short activity for you guys to do on your own. So our learning objective today is simply, I want you guys to be able to use repeated reasoning to help partition or divide shapes or objects into equal parts. So if you watch the video, The Doorbell Rang, you will notice that there was a brother and sister, Victoria and Sam, and their mom made cookies. They had 12 cookies. So I want you guys to kind of look at this PowerPoint here and see how were they able to partition in this story. So I have Victoria here, and then I have Sam, and then I have my 12 cookies. If you would like to count with me, please do so. So I'm going to count to make sure that I have my 12 cookies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So if you notice, there's 12 and there's two children. In the story, they knew that, okay, we would get 6 cookies apiece. If I had an arrow, I could point, I could go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. If I had arrows, there would be an arrow pointing from each cookie to the child to demonstrate how I was able to divide or partition those cookies, okay? So I'm going to back out of my presentation for a hot second, and I'm going to go back to you guys because I want to see, does everybody understand that so far?
Miss Thurman, you were not sharing your screen when you thought you were.
Okay.
We could only see you. When you were doing the dividing, the counting, we could only see you.
All right, so let me go back. Can you all see my screen now? Yes? Okay, great.
Yes.
So everybody can still see my screen now. So somebody, thank
Yes,
you.
ma'am.
Okay, great. So let me go back.
We can't,
Go
Ms.
ahead.
Carmen.
You said you can or you can't?
We can't. Damari can't.
I can.
It says it.
It
It
says
says that it
direct
should.
explanation. I do, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what it says.
They have to turn their cameras and mute it. They got to turn the cameras off in order to see it.
Okay, I appreciate that. So guys, go ahead and turn your camera off and mute for you to be able to see the screen. Thank you.
They just need to
Whoever
turn
that
their
was.
cameras off. I mean,
Okay. Go ahead and turn your cameras off and mute so that you can be able to see the presentation. I apologize that there's still that confusion. All right, so I hope that everybody can see at this point.
yes.
Everybody can see.
Yes.
Great, thank you. All right, so I'll go back to how I partition. If you watch the video again, there were brother and sister, and they wanted to partition or divide their cookies amongst each other. They had 12 cookies, and so they knew that there were going to be 6 cookies apiece. Now here's my illustration here. If I wanted to draw an arrow to each cookie and to each child, that's a way that I could use to be able to partition. So if I went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's how I would be able to partition my cookies amongst 2 of the students. Now, if you continued watching throughout the video, every time the doorbell rang, someone else joined. So the first time 2 more students or 2 more kids showed up. So I want to show you guys how that would look. Can everybody still see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so here I have the first 2 kids here, and then I have my 12 cookies. If I were to add two more kids to show up, now I need to figure out how I want to partition those 12 cookies amongst those 4 kids. Does everybody see that? So
Yes.
I'm gonna line my kids up here. They're my 4 kids. And I'm just gonna go down the line, just like how we pass out our papers in class, or we pass out pencils, or we pass out the pencils, same concept. So I'm gonna go do that student first, then the next kid, then the next kid, and then the next kid. I gave them all 4 because there was 4 kids in total, but I still have cookies to partition. So I'm gonna keep going until I run out. Okay? So now I partition all the cookies. I no longer have any cookies here on my right side. They've all been partitioned. Have they been partitioned equally?
Yes.
Does everybody have the same amount? I see. Let's count. Let's 1, 2, 3. The next girl, 1, 2, 3. Next student, 1, 2, 3. And my last student.
1, 2, 3.
Good job. So everybody has the same amount, correct?
Yes.
Now, with my students, you all remember how we use our equal sign, right? This is our equal sign, and the equal sign tells us that both numbers on each side of the equal sign are the same. So that tells us that we have partitioned equally amongst those kids. The second time that the doorbell rang, 2 more kids showed up. So I'm going to add 2 more kids.
What you say, do you understand? She's talking to you. When she asked if you want, she's talking to you.
All right, so I added 2 more kids. So now how many students do I have in total?
6.
6, good job. So now I'm going to bring all my cookies back because I want to start over. I could start over, or maybe when you do your independent activity, you might be able to find an easier way to partition. but I want to keep it simple so everybody can understand. So I'm going to start over and go back to giving everyone one at a time, as though I was passing out cookies in the classroom. So here I am passing out cookies to each student until I run out. All right, so now that I no longer have any more cookies here at the bottom, and everybody has been partitioned cookies. Does everybody have the same amount of cookies?
Yes.
Yes.
Right. So good. So you all are getting the hang of how I am partitioning. And so the first time the doorbell rang, two more kids showed up.
So they had two more. So the six.
Yep. So who can tell me what they're noticing is going on every time I add another kid?
5, 6.
He's adding one child.
I heard somebody say, tell me what's going on. The number gets what?
Less.
The number gets less. Very good. The number gets less. So now I'm going to go back and I'm going to start over again because I want to make sure that I partition these equally. So I will keep those first 4 over there, and now I'm going to add these 4 here. Uh-oh. Oh, let me go back.
4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's
All right. I did something wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 4. I'm sorry. 4 more kids showed up. That's why I'm missing. Not 2. So let me add 2 more. All right. So now I can partition equally.
So now 12 kids. How many cookies with each kid?
1.
So now I have how many kids?
12.
Good. I have 12 kids, and I had 12 cookies to start off with. So how many cookies does each child have?
1.
Good. Good. Excellent. 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 Good. Kiss your brains. My students know that. Kiss your brains. So let's go back to the slideshow, because now I want you guys, now that we worked that problem out ourselves, we did that together. I want you guys to be able to do it yourselves in your independent work. So can everybody see the independent work screen?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So when you leave this call, I want you to get a white sheet of paper, white plain paper, and fold it into 6s. Okay. You can fold it into 6s or 4s.
6 pieces. You can do it now.
So you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those boxes, okay? And the example is on the lesson plan. That's on Google Classroom or however your teacher has given it to you. And so in those boxes, you can illustrate you, your brother, your sister, your mom, your cousin. You can illustrate everybody in your boxes, and then you can show me a way to partition those cookies amongst you guys. And I want you to come up with as many equations and solutions that you possibly could. So if you take a look here, I have my 2 cookies, 2, and then I have my plus sign, and then I have 2 more cookies. Remember, you want to find as many equations as you can to come up to equal 12. So does this equation 2 plus 2 equal 12?
No.
No, it doesn't. I want to keep adding until I come up with an equation that equals 12. So I have 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 does not equal 12. But I'm also only using 2 add-ins. Maybe you want to use another add-in. Maybe you want to use 3 add-ins. So then you could add 4 plus 4 plus 4
6
plus another 4.
6.
And there's your equation.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Wow. 12.
So that, yeah, this equation equals 12. I have 4 plus 4 plus 4. Or I can do 6 plus 6 if I just want to use 2 add-ins.
Which one is 12?
Okay?
Pause it.
Does everybody understand that?
Yeah.
Great job. Great job. So lastly, well, 2 more things I want to do before we head off. These are my shapes. I have, what shape is this in the green?
Rectangle.
Rectangle. What shape is this in the yellow?
Circle.
That's a circle. Excellent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a line. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. I'm going to draw a line here on my circle. And you tell me if I divided or partition my circle equally.
No.
It's not equal. It's not equal.
It's not equal. How do you know that it's not equal?
You know it's not equal.
That one
You have one side that's bigger here and then another side that's smaller. So let me redo that so that all my sides are equal. Or at least try to make it equal.
It's not even so for a teacher, bro.
Yes. Yes. Equal.
Go ahead and either turn your mics down or put them back on mute. I'm going to keep looking for the thumbs up or thumbs down. Thank you. So here's my equal partition circle. And I want to partition this into 4 equal spots, 4 equal pieces. I could.
You mean 4s?
Enforce. Good job for using the vocabulary of the standard. Yes, I want to partition it into 4. So I'm going to draw this line. Oh, that is not a good line. Let me try that again. I want to partition it into equal 4. So I'm going to draw that line down the middle, and then I'm going to draw this line across the middle. And I want to do the same for the rectangle. I'm going to draw this line down the middle, and then I might want to draw another line across the middle. And I have partitioned it into 4 equal pieces. Parts. Good job. Good job. So, and it's very simple when it comes to 2D shapes. If we were in school, we could kind of manipulate some 3D shapes to see if we could partition those too. But for the purpose of this virtual learning session, I think we're doing a really good job with the 2D shapes. So I'm going to go back to our presentation and review and give you all that final step, and then we will dismiss, so to speak, for today. So if you guys see my final page here, does everybody see that?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. I did not mean to do that. All right. So once you have completed your square activity and you do your pictures and you do your equations, I want you to log on to Flipgrid. And many of you have already did that once before, but if you haven't, the link is here at the bottom. The link is also on the lesson plans that you are retrieving to get the information daily. I want you to click that link and then put in a password. And I want you to record yourself on Flipgrid answering this question. Think of a time or name a time when you had to partition or divide a snack or toys for someone in your house. Maybe it was you and your brother, you and your cousin, you and your sister, your siblings. Or think about even a time that you had to partition or divide things in the classroom. Sometimes we have to share supplies in the classroom or share books. So think of a time that you had to partition something. Were you able to partition it equally? Was it hard? Was it easy? What other observations or connections could you make about the number of objects you have to share and the amount of people to share it with? When we read our story and we did our activity, you notice the bigger the number got, the smaller the what? The smaller the portion everyone got. When it was just Victoria and Sam, they had 6 cookies apiece. But the more people that showed up, and there was 12 people, then everybody only got 1. So I want you to kind of find that connection and those observations as well. So again, what you need to do once we log off here is complete your independent work on a white sheet of paper. take a picture of it, submit it how your teacher asks you to submit it. And then I want you to go on Flipgrid and kind of give me a synopsis of everything that you learned today in this lesson and tell me about a time that you had to partition, okay? So I'm going to unshare and I'm going to come back to the group. Does anybody have any questions?
No, I don't know.
Who is it? Vicky, you got any? Esmeralda, anybody? No, everybody's good? Any parents on the line that have any questions?
No, ma'am.
I'm gonna ask my mom. I'm gonna ask my mom.
I'll talk to your mama later, Johnson.
No, we're good.
No, I don't.
Hey, Josue.
Hi.
I would say, hey, Damari.
Hey.
Sophia, hey. All right, I'm sorry. I'm getting excited because I'm seeing everybody's face.
My mom said, have I been doing my work?
Me and your mama will talk later, Johnson. All right, guys. So I hope that this lesson was landing. I hope everybody got the lesson. If not, I am going to post this PowerPoint and the video in your lesson plan so you can go back and review it if you have any questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right, guys. Y'all have a great one.
You too. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Have a good one.
Thank you, Ermin.
Bye.
Hi, Miss Thurman.
See you later. Bye.
It doesn't even look like you were doing it because you was like. Joe.
Playing this all along because Rock Council was good at the NFL for a year.